Good morning, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to an afternoon reading for the sign of Taurus. And let's see what your energies are talking about today, guys. This is, of course, after the full moon that has happened a few days back, as I explained. This is a transition that happens once in every 18 years, right? So go back and check to see if your memory is good, what you did 18 years back, where life has taken you in the course of the past 18 years that you have lived on this beautiful planet Earth, and check to see if you remember something of significance in your life. Okay, so we'll check your energies over here, Taurus. This is a reading for you, of course. And let's see what happens in here at this point in time after the full moon, right? And it was a super moon too. A huge transition at this point in time for everybody who is in this particular phase of their life going on to the next 18 years. Whatever you are dreaming of, planning of, thinking of, manifesting something good in your life that will serve you good for the next 18 years. Okay, now here is it, guys. I'm laying out the base card first, and then, of course, like I always do, we'll go for the clarifiers, and then we'll see what happens from there onwards. Okay, I'm not going to channel the energies until I have all the cards out on the table. So you want to fast forward it, please go ahead and do it. Now, I have never said this, but I'm going to say this today because I am a Cancer sign. My zodiac is Cancer. My moon is Capricorn, and my rising is Libra. Okay, but I don't know why I gel well with the Taurus reading that I have been doing for a very long time. Maybe because somewhere I have Capricorn, which is talking about the earth, the stability factor as well. Right? Taurus is all about being stable. Stability is a big story in Taurus's life. They like comfort, they like stability, be it in their personal life or in their professional life. Right? So, yeah, and Capricorn is also one of the earth signs. We have Capricorn, we have Virgo, we have Taurus, the three earth signs. Very stable, very focused in their work. They don't like anything that makes them anxious or makes them feel bad. That's not what earth signs are. Earth signs wants things in their rightful place. Please talk to me about this card. So maybe because of that reason, somewhere I gel well with the Taurus signs, I guess. I'm not sure, but because I don't know when my Taurus sign is in my natal chart so far. I don't know. I may have to check on that and see if I have a Taurus somewhere. But we'll see. So let's call upon the universe, our source, our spirit world into this reading for you, Taurus, after the supermoon that happened in the end of the month of August. And now we are in the month of September, going towards the autumn or the fall that we normally say it is. Hold on, guys. This wanted to come out. Okay. And as I'm laying out the cards, there are more clarifications if required. I will definitely ask for more answers from my spirit world, right? But we'll see. We'll see. And like I said, I'm not going to channel the energies until I have the cards out and ready for you. So, yes, you want to go far, you want to go a little bit forward, do it. You don't have to go through this process of me shuffling the cards and laying it out, but that's your option, your choice that you have, right? Hope you guys are doing well at this point in time. Keep your options open, keep your positivity up. Half the battle in life is conquered when you use your intellect, not intelligence, your intellect, and be positive, knowing, having that faith, the purpose in life. Very important. And hearing your own intuition, very, very important for everybody here. Okay. Because until you know, you hear your own voice, whatever others say to you, whatever advice they give you, whatever they tell you, it's good. I'm not saying it's bad, but you have to also use your own intellect and know for sure that you're doing the right thing. You have to be 100% about your own feelings, your own mind, your own emotions in life. Very important. So for which, what others are telling you, like I said before as well, hear it out. There's no problem. But hear yourself first. And that's very important. Because only then you will not regret later on, that, oh, wish I had done that. Or I wish I had gone the other route. Or I wish I had taken a different way out. Some kind of a regretful feeling may be cropping up in you if you do not take the time for yourself to hear your own voice. Very important in life, guys, okay? All right, let's go forward and see. I need more clarifications. I will definitely go ahead for it, okay? But let's start off and see what Spirit is trying to tell us here. For you, Taurus, if this is your story, take the advice, but hear yourself, like I always say to everybody, okay? Welcome into this reading, guys, and let's get into the channeling of the energies for you. All right. So the first card that sets the mood for the reading or the tone for the reading is the High Priestess in the reverse. Now, with the High Priestess in the reverse, you're out of touch with your intuition. You're not hearing yourself, guys. Not hearing yourself, okay? You have a lot of things within and inside of you. But when it comes to applying that, you're not doing it. You're out of touch with your intuition. So you are not following your heart and your soul and your mind completely in the right way, or hearing yourself, or maybe you're not giving time to yourself. Could be anything. But it is also the energy of being in low vibration. Somebody who is not really feeling all perky and good has been in low vibration, in vibrational energy, right? Pull down, not feeling all that great at this point in time. And that is perhaps why they're not giving themselves enough time around this portion, but will see what's going on to hear their own self or their own voice. But they have a lot of things inside which they haven't said. It also could be that for somebody over here. Why? Because the King of Swords in the reverse, because their mind is broken. Their mind is broken. They're not being able to strategize well. They're not being able to think well. They're not being logical, right? They're not being logical, neither analytical. Their mind is broken, so they could be saying things that is not true. They could become a little bit manipulative in their thinking because they are not thinking straight, you see. They're not thinking straight. The Chariot. The Chariot comes on top of the King of Swords in the reverse and says, it's time for some action. Do the right thing now. What is the right thing? But the King of Swords in the reverse with the Chariot on top tells me that you're being indecisive, maybe, for some. You're not taking the right action, even though the Chariot says that you have two options. If you take the right direction, you'll go towards the right way. If you take the wrong action, you go towards the wrong way. So you do have two options with the Chariot here. But you need a lot of determination, will, and force in yourself to move in the right direction. Why? Because your mind isn't playing tricks with you at this point. Okay? To what? To the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So you definitely want something new in your life. But like I said, you have two options. You take the right thing, you will get a right situation in front of you. But you do the wrong thing, you will not be able to move, you see. So, like I said, you will have to decide that for yourself. You do have that Chariot here. So you can be the driver of your own situation. You can get behind the wheels and take the right path. Or you can get behind the wheels and move towards the wrong path. Option will be open for you here. But your mind is very important. So what I see here is what I'm saying, that your mind is not, Taurus, not working in conjunction in the rightful way. So you have to be a little bit careful over this choice and determination. You could be determined to do something, but you have to work your mind in the rightful way. Why? Because the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse says that there could be a block in your road. And the block could be with regards to material harvest, with regards to money. So you do have a block to the new path at this point, which is where your mind could be upset because you do know that you do want it, but you're not getting it because of some kind of attachment with material part of the story. It could be a bad attachment with greed, money, luxury, anything that concerns your well-being in the material world. Right? So this is where the story is with this part of the situation here, that you do have a block at this point. So it won't be easy, excuse me, it won't be easy for you to open a new door as of now at this point. Okay. Now next part of the story is the 6 of Cups, which is beautiful, which is talking about it could be that somebody wants to move forward, somebody wants to open the door towards a new situation because they have some kind of a past relationship with somebody they love. They want to be with that person, but because of some situation here in the material world, they are perhaps not being able to move as quickly as they would want to move, right? Which is where you have the Empress. Now, the Empress talks about fertility, talks about growth, but for me, the Empress, excuse me, is somebody that could be your card as well, Taurus, because Empress is your card. Talks about that nourishment from within you, because you see, the Empress is all about spiritual growth, spiritual understanding, very spiritual in nature, from where she creates abundance, she creates fertility, she creates everything that grows. Whatever she touches, it becomes bigger and brighter. That's the Empress, because she's so spiritually inclined towards making things better in her life, right? And the Emperor who comes after the Empress is somebody who takes that spiritual lesson from the Empress and then does manifest it outside, right? So the Empress is all about manifesting things inside, what she wants, how she wants things to happen, because she's spiritually inclined to understanding which is the right path, which is the wrong path, right? So she is very, very fertile in herself. So whatever she touches, she wants that to grow. So with the Empress, you have the Magician in the reverse. So there is some kind of a lack of manifestation. There is a block at this point. So you are not being able, what I understand, Taurus, is that even if you want to, you are very, very spiritually persistent in your own way. You know what is right, what you have to do. You understand how to create abundance. You know it, but when it comes to the real manifestation at this point, you definitely are not being able to do that. There's a block to your thinking, to your understanding, to the way you talk, right? There could be some kind of illusion that you have captured yourself in that could be tricking you, that could be trickery in terms of fear, self-deceit, anything, right? So you do have a block at this point in moving towards what you want to manifest. The Page of Cups comes to say that there could be somebody in your life who could make things better for you, who could emotionally give you that support to work yourself in the right direction, okay? Please talk to me about the Magician in the reverse. Yeah, the 10 of Wands in the reverse, okay. So you do have a lot of responsibilities, burden, problems, stress that you have been carrying, which is frustrating, which is draining you or has drained you, right? Which is where you're not being able, because you're carrying so many things on your head and shoulders, that you're not being able to move where you want to move to or whatever you want to do. right? But this is where the Page of Cups is saying, bringing in a message to say that have some emotional maturity. That could be one, to think about the situation in a more in a different perspective. Don't get stuck in your own little world of frustration, problems, or stress. Think about situations a little bit more differently. Or it also could mean that somebody over here who could be younger to you, possibly your kids or somebody you love who is younger to you, or maybe a colleague, whoever it can be, is ready to offer you some emotional relief, right? Which is the Ten of Swords. Because there is a lot of pain at this point that has been inflicted on you because of this situation, and you feel that. You feel that within you, Taurus. There is a lot of mental anxiety, pain, grief, sorrow that is taking a toll on your body, right? But you do have some advice here. Now, this advice could be from somebody who is possibly ready to give you something emotionally, some small stuff, not something very big, but is ready to say that, okay, you try to do this, try to do that, give you some advice, which could also mean that it brings you a lot of emotional support in your life, because at this point, like I said, at this point, you're going through a lot of anxiety, stress, that's definitely taking a toll on your body. All right. The Devil in the reverse, you have to let this go. You have to release yourself from this pain. This is an attachment. This is a wrongful attachment that you have in your life, Taurus. That is something you have to understand. Why you are going through so much of stress, carrying so much responsibility, doing so much work, having that burden, going through that pain in your life. The Ten of Swords is coming to the end, after which you won't be able to do much because your body is succumbing to that pain. So your body will suffer. And if your body suffers, you suffer. So you won't be in a position to do much after that if you do not take action over this situation right now. And what is that action? Release yourself. Let go of your limitations that you're holding on to. And this is more so your own limitations in life, Taurus. That you can do this, you can do that because you have this, you have that. You have probably a whole list of to-dos behind you. But that is your fear psychosis, that if you do go forward towards something in your life, you will either lose money, maybe for some, or you won't have that financial abundance because you have been materialistically been attached to your own greed and comfort zone for some. And you possibly don't want to lose that for some. But if you take a new road, it means that you will have to sacrifice that part of your story, which is where you're coming to the point of this is where you know that you want to do certain things in your life, but you are not being able to manifest because of a lot of stress, burden, responsibilities that is creating a lot of bad stuff in you, which is bringing you down, which is where the Page of Cups. So if you have somebody in your life who is ready and willing to give you some kind of an emotional support, take that. Because it's required for you, Taurus. It is important for you, because otherwise you will become so weak that you will not be able to work towards the right things in your life, because your body will not be able to function well. So here is the advice. Release yourself, release, let it go, free your own self from all the limitations in your life. To the Ace of Swords, because that's the truth. Once you release yourself, you will see, think, and understand things better. Right? But if you're all toxic, if you're all tied up, if you're all feeling so stressed and you're feeling that fear within yourself, then obviously you're not being able to see a breakthrough, because your mind is all twisted within yourself. Your logical mind is all twisted. So until you release yourself, until you tell yourself that I don't want to feel that stress, you have to tell yourself, guys. Whenever you feel that source of stress within you, remind yourself that you're not going to take that stress. And if you can slowly work on that situation, you will see how things are getting better. You will be able to understand things better. You will be able to talk better. You'll be able to articulate better, because your mind is in coordination with your thoughts. Right? 2, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, but you're scared. You're scared of something. That's where the fear is. You're scared of saying the truth. You're insecure about the truth. You possibly don't want to hear somebody telling you the truth, because it brings that fear back in yourself. If somebody is telling you something, you try to avoid that because you don't want to hear it much, because the moment you hear it, you will start that anxiety within you, that insecurity will start festering to the sun. But here it is. You need to let it go, guys. You need to liberate yourself from that fear, that insecurity, the pain that you have succumbed to in your life. Throw some light out. Feel light. Let some sunshine into your life, guys. You need to bring some sunshine back into your life for you to feel good, for you to feel healthy, for you to feel joyful. To the Hierophant, right? Hierophant is lesson number 5. What does the Hierophant say? Have faith in the divine. With the Sun and the Hierophant, right? The message over here is liberate yourself from all that situation that I just spoke about and have your faith in the divine. Because only then you will realize your spiritual awakening. Right? Because Hierophant is lesson number 5. So lesson number 1 is the Magician, which you have in the reverse. Lesson number 2 is the High Priestess, which you have in the reverse. Lesson number 3 is the Empress that you have upright. Lesson number 4 you don't have, which is the Emperor so far. But lesson number 5 is telling that put your mind in the rightful place. Hear your intuition. Don't get all bogged down in your trickery and illusion. All those are lessons, you see, from where you're traveling to the Empress, who knows about their own spiritual part of the story. They know what they are capable of in their life, but they're not being able to do that. So you have to be aware why you're not being able to do that. It's because you are not putting lesson number 1 and lesson number 2 in the rightful place. You have skipped lesson number 4, which is where you're supposed to manifest 1, 2, 3 into the outside world, but you're not doing that. So you have tumbled directly into the sun and into the divine. Right? The sun is lesson number 19. But lesson number 5 comes on top of lesson 19 and stops you. Why? Because they are asking you to have faith in the divine before doing anything. So whatever you are planning to do, either that is liberation, freedom, success, vitality, have faith. Go back to lesson number 5. Have faith in the divine that will happen. And that is the main story here. Because why? The King of Wands in the reverse. Because why? Because you, Taurus, you still carry a lot of pride and ego in your life, in yourself. Excuse me. The King of Wands in the reverse is somebody who is out of touch of their own flesh in the rightful way. So what they have done is they have inculcated a lot of ego, pride, expectations out of others, even expectation out of their own self, because they are so egotistical. So, before you do anything, before you let the sun out, trust that the divine will be able to take care of the situation for you. Right? That's the King of Wands in the reverse. Chris, talk to me about the King of Wands in the reverse. The moon, yeah. Because you see why now? Why you need to trust the divine will guide you in the right direction, because you know yourself, Taurus. You know yourself that you do have still, you're holding a lot of pride and ego in yourself, or having great expectations out of others, or even including yourself, which is where the moon is, that tells you, that talks to you about your subconscious, what you know to be true, but you're not accepting your defeat, or you're not accepting the truth. So you do know that you have a lot of ego and pride, which is the truth, but you're not ready to accept the truth. Which is where the Nine of Swords in the reverse says, excuse me, that this is a situation you're fighting with for a long time. This is your internal anxiety. Because you know the truth. You know within yourself what the truth is, that you still hold a lot of pride and ego, but you're not ready to accept a defeat of that situation because of that problem. You're not accepting your own defeat. And this is an internal fear and anxiety that you are working with. What if you're defeated? If I let the world out the actual news that I have been defeated, or I have faced my own defeat, I can't do that. That's my pride holding me back and saying, no. You can do that. You cannot accept your defeat. But the truth is, I do know that I have defeated. I have been defeated. I know the truth, but I'm not ready to show it to the world or accept that. And so this is where I'm fighting my own demons, you see. So therefore, guys, therefore, you have to release yourself from that toxic energy. This is a toxic energy you're holding. This is where have faith in the divine that he will let you and guide you towards the light at the end of the tunnel. Because you know your own situation. You know where you have gone awfully wrong or you're doing things awfully wrong because you're not ready to say otherwise. All right. Next is, again, the Hierophant, lesson number 5 in the reverse this time. So we had lesson number 5 upright. We do have lesson number 5 in the reverse as a base card, which is talking about your challenging your own status quo, which is made out of your belief system. Because you have a belief system in place, Taurus. This is your own card again, right? You have a belief system in place, which is what you have inculcated from your childhood, from whatever. Your teachings, your learnings, your family learnings, where you are supposed to do certain things in this way, not otherwise. If you're married, you're supposed to stay married, no matter how bad the marriage is or how bad the relationship has been in your case. But you cannot break that commitment. Why? Because that's your belief. Then you cannot challenge this situation. You cannot challenge your own status quo in life, right? This is lesson number 5, but in the reverse, which is where the world in the reverse, which is where a lot of things have crumbled. You see, because you did not change yourself or your belief. So things have crumbled in front of your eyes. You have seen that happen. The 3 of Pentacles. Where you need a teamwork, possibly now. Or you need people in your life that you can collaborate with. The Emperor. This is lesson number 4 now, right? The lesson number 4 says, whatever lessons you have learned from 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, this is where you're going to manifest. This is where you will manifest in the outside world. Because you're wise, you're strong. You could be a father figure, you could be a boss, somebody who runs the outside show because they have learned their lessons. Simply because they have learned their lessons and they know how to work their energies outside their own situation. Outside in the sense could be anything to do physically. Run a career, run a business, take care of your home, family, children, be the father figure. But you definitely, because you haven't, lesson number 5 in the reverse says that now you need to keep your faith in the divine, where perhaps you did not have faith in the divine because you were challenging your own status quo, your own belief. You were not willing to give it up, right? This is where The Tower in the reverse says that system of your belief or things that you were hanging on to, not letting it go, has crumbled, which is bringing together people in your life. There is some new development of collaboration, teamwork, being harmonious. You have learned a lesson. This is probably okay. So when I say the tower has collapsed, it means that you have already learned that lesson. So that lesson that you have learned from all these other lessons that we talked about is telling me that now you're understanding that in life it's important to have good people, people who are a part of your life, who are willing to cooperate with you, willing to learn from you, you are willing to learn from them. Because remember, with the Three of Pentacles, everybody has a skill set, right? So if you are running a company or running a business or even running a home, right? You do a certain job at home, your better half, your wife, your spouse, your children are doing their part of the job. So everybody's skill set is different. So what you do not know, you perhaps do not know how to cook, but your wife or spouse or partner, she knows how to cook or he knows how to cook. So that is a skill set that you want in life, which is bringing together harmony, balance, teamwork, collaboration within your life, right? Which is where the Emperor lesson number 4 is ready to manifest. If they have that teamwork, if they have that collaboration, they can do a lot of things. They need that. That is their realization. That is perhaps their epiphany. They have understood that by sitting in that Hierophant in the reverse situation, challenging your own belief system and status quo has made them aloof, has not given them their team. They have been doing everything by themselves because they believe that they are supposed to run the family, they're supposed to run the company, they're supposed to do this, they're supposed to do that. All that supposition has collapsed. Now they understand that in order to run a life, a personal life or a professional life, they need people. People who are willing to be a part of the team. People who are willing to cooperate. People who are willing to come together and say, okay, you cannot do that, I will do it for you. Right? The world in the reverse, but there is a block. There is a block. You're not getting that teamwork, perhaps, that you want. In order for you to close the last part of your life, you need people to support you. You need people to work for you. You need to work with people. That's how things happen in life. One person by themselves cannot do everything, you see? That belief system that you are the boss, you are the family man, you are the husband, you are the wife, you're supposed to take care of everything, that belief system has collapsed. Has collapsed. And now you're realizing, lesson number 4, that in order for you to manifest something in the outside world, you need people. But there is a block. You're not getting the right people in your life, you see. So here you have lesson number 1, Magician in the reverse. Lesson number 2, High Priestess in the reverse. Lesson number 3, Empress upright. So you're aware. You are aware what you need in your life in order to move forward. You're spiritually growing inside of you. Understanding is getting the better of you because you're becoming more receptive to your spiritual intuitions. Lesson number 4. You're ready to manifest. You're ready to take it to the outside world because you have learned your lesson. You have understood where you have gone wrong. But at the same time, you need to keep your faith. Lesson number 5 again. You need to keep your faith intact on the divine because you know what? You know that you had a lot of ego, pride, which is your defeat that you don't want to accept and show it to the outside world. And that's the demon inside of you, in your mental part of the energy that you are feeling very anxious about. That's a dark side, right? So here is a story that even though you want to do something better now in your life, you're going towards that situation, but there is a block at this point in time. Okay, let's move on, guys, to the next part. The part is chariot. Wow, we have chariot here. Lesson number 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 we don't have. Lovers we don't have yet, but we do have the chariot. 7. The chariot is talking about grit. You have the chariot here too. You have it twice. Grit, determination, taking your own route, doing the right thing. Because again, like I explained, you do have 2 options, right or wrong. So what you choose, how you choose things, how you move forward. Because you could be pulled in 2 different directions at the same time, and both of them could be equally tempting, you see. But you have to be very determined to stay focused in your path, in your karma, right? With the chariot, you have the page of wand in the reverse. So where is the determination? The determination is fighting your negative approach towards life, being pessimistic. Either somebody could be pessimistic in your life, saying, oh, you can't do that. Oh, that is not going to bring you any result. If you try to manifest something with the help of other people, the world in the reverse, which is the last card out, says that you are still blocked. So you're not being able to move at all, right? You're not being able to move forward. And this is where the chariot comes on top and says, you have to be very, very determined because you could be facing a lot of pessimistic attitude from other people at this point, who could be trying to stop you from moving. The 3 of Cups towards your towards you having a good time, maybe celebration, good time, or even reconciliation with somebody you have in your life, right? Which is where the 2 of Wands says you're thinking about the future right now, a future that you should be thinking, because you could be stopped. You could be facing a lot of pessimistic attitude from other people. Could be your friend, colleague, spouse, anybody who doesn't want you to, move in the rightful way. So they could be telling you all the negative part of the story. Don't do that. This will give you that. This will bring down. This will pull you down. Oh, why you're doing that? You know this is not going to work. Very pessimistic attitude. So you have to remain focused and very positive. That will be your challenge, guys. It won't be easy because you know what happens to people, right? When I'm asking you for an advice, for example, hey, I have this situation. What do you think I should do? Say just a situation. And immediately you hear negativity. Immediately you hear pessimistic attitude. So that will pull you down. Then you will become pessimistic. So in order to create your grit and determination over that pessimism, you will have to be very focused, because the Three of Cups and the Two of Wands is telling me that you should be thinking about your future activities, what you want to do now. How do you want to celebrate your life? How do you want to be with people so that you can have a fun time? Right? Or invite friends over, or you are being invited over, or even, like I said, reconciliation with other people, right? Making up for all the fights that you guys have had in the past. So you're definitely planning something, some kind of planning and action towards some kind of future activity, that you should have that focus in mind and not being pessimistic about a situation. So your challenge will be, Taurus, to override that pessimistic attitude, because then you again have the High Priestess in the reverse, because otherwise you can be pulled down again. People might say, oh, no, 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 don't do that. Don't go towards a group of people, or don't celebrate. Just stick at home, stay lonely, be sad, be depressed, keep doing your work, keep carrying your burden, and keep feeling the pain till such time you're not able to get up in the morning and do your job. You see? So you have to watch for this, because this is an energy, it's still here. So people will pull you down, and you can get pulled down easily if you do not keep your focus intact with your own grit and determination, that whatever the world tells me, I listen with one ear, boom, goes out of the other ear, because I know what I want. Right? To the Ten of Cups. So something to do with a family situation, home, money, extended family, your inheritance, that could be your well-being, something which is a part of your shelter, with people, with money, with happiness, with love, with fertility, warmth, right, is here. So the Chariot with the Ten of Cups is saying you have to be very determined over a situation that involves your material part of the story, which is your home, your family, your children, your money, your inheritance. The Seven of Swords in the reverse says, clear your thoughts about the situation. So there is something about this situation that you know perhaps is not right. Please talk to me about the Ten of Cups. I'm sorry, the Ten of Pentacles here. Yeah, see? Okay. All right, I got the story, guys. Hold on. Okay. So your grit and determination could be pulling you down, but you have to stay afloat. That's what Spirit is saying here. You have to stay afloat because you know what is best for you. Don't let others be your driver. Be your own driver, right? Because there is a situation in your life, as explained with the Ten of Pentacles, that either you have been deceiving yourself over the situation, you felt everything is in the rightful place, maybe it's not been in the rightful place, even though things are there are no losses at this point that I can see. But something about this situation you know has not been right. And this is where perhaps you have not said it, or you have not declared it. It's time to clear your thought about that situation. There is something that is not gelling well with your thoughts. And that could be something that you have been either numbing in yourself or deceiving yourself, telling yourself, oh no, everything is in the rightful place, I don't want to be worried about it. But that's like deceiving yourself over a situation where, at the back of your mind, You do know things are not in the rightful place. Why? Because you have the five of Pentacle in the reverse. So there has been problems. There has been problems in the situation where you have been affected before, either spiritually, mentally, emotionally, or even financially. That concerns your material well being in the physical world, not just by yourself, but with other people, your family, your extended family, your grandparents, whoever it is. Right? So something has happened in that situation from where you have been recovering. Because why? Justice in the reverse. Because there has been a lot of unfair situation in that Ten of Pentacles, in the place of the Ten of Pentacles. Unfair, which is not just, which is where injustice has happened because someone has either lied, cheated, deceived, or has been unfair towards your spiritual, emotional, mental, or even financial part of the story, right? Where you have the Page of Swords in the reverse. So where it says clearly that there has been, with the Ten of Pentacles, now listen to this, guys, with the Ten of Pentacles, somebody in your life, or it could have been you, we don't know, has made a lot of promises, has said a lot of things, but all of them has just been word of mouth, undelivered promise. Lot of talks, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Maybe your children may have said, just an example, guys, then, oh, don't worry about the situation. Tomorrow when I go to work, I'll get the salary and I'll give you a portion of that salary to help you continue doing what you're doing with our home, family, blah, blah, blah. But they did not do it. It was unfair on you because you have gone through that crisis all by yourself, Taurus. Others may have told you a lot of things. I'll do this, I'll do that for you. Don't worry, when the time comes, we will fight it out together. This is where you have been deceived, or you have been deceiving yourself because you believe somebody who, Taurus, was all words, no action, undelivered promise towards your well-being or your family situation or your home or your money or your life in the material world. Eight of Cups. So Spirit is saying, whatever happened, let it go. It has hurt you emotionally because you're realizing that all words, no action, undelivered promise was a part of an unfair situation because you possibly had to recover on your own because you did not get any help from anyone, Taurus. You see? So, what do? Do you sit in that old energy and cry over that? Do you lament over that? Oh, you promised me this much, I didn't get it. Oh, you told me I'll help you, this, that, I didn't get it. Are you going to sit in that situation? Are you going to sit and cry over that situation? Or are you going to leave that situation and walk away? Telling yourself, it didn't happen. Gone, boom. Eight of Swords in the reverse. And change your perspective. The moment you leave that situation of the past, because this looks to me is more coming down from the past. So the moment you leave that situation and you walk away, your perspective will change. You will see a whole different thing, or you will see the whole thing in a different way. The Ten of Cups in the reverse. You will see why you have remained unfulfilled in your life. Why you have not had peace. Why you did not get your peace even though you have your home, your family, your money, your children, your grandchildren, whatever you have, right? But you did not find peace. You will know it because your perspective will change. The moment you can leave that past situation behind, your perspective of the entire 10 of Cups will change. Why you have been struggling so far. You have been misaligning, or you have misaligned yourself thinking that, you will find peace one day. You will find fruition of your life one day. You will find happiness, the complete satisfaction, the complete happiness of a family situation, of a home. So the moment you can let the past be the past and walk away, you will either forgive them or your perspective towards your own understanding of the 10 of Cups will change. You will understand why you have not found peace in a situation that you had lived in for whatever time period. Right? Coming here to, again, the 8 of Swords in the reverse. So Spirit is saying, forgive that situation. Let it go. Let it go. Don't sit in that situation. Change your thought. Because if you are so toxic within you and you're not able to change your understanding, you will not get any result. You will not find any result, guys. So here is it. Change it. Page of Pentacles. Hear yourself. Understand what you are going to manifest. Be matured now. Have some kind of matured thinking. Bring some maturity in your thinking now. Figure things out by yourself. The moment you can leave that behind, the forgiveness is important for whatever has happened, and change your mindset, you will be able to manifest things in the rightful way with the Page of Pentacles, right? To the Queen of Wands in the reverse, because you will realize why self-respect is so important. That you have your self-respect in place. You are very, very you want people to respect you, but for which you need to preserve your own dignity and self-respect as well. In order to be mature, in order to, you will know it, that in order to manifest something in this world, starting from the scratch, what you need is a lot of self-respect for yourself. Right? That you're not just going to easily give things. You're not going to easily take action and say, oh, here I am, come let's do this, come let's do that. No. You have your self-respect in place. Take care of that, your own dignity. To death in the reverse, which is where you perhaps have an internal transformation, or you're not moving outside right now. You're not doing anything to change any situation, because possibly you're going through an internal transformation of understanding how important it is to respect yourself first. To the Ace of Cups. Before you offer something to somebody, or somebody offers to you, a new beginning in love, in harmony, in happiness, for which you need your own self-respect in place, where you know whatever you do, people are going to respect you, because you respect yourself, Taurus. So you're not manifesting any change outside, in the outside world. You're blocking everything outside. But you're definitely manifesting a change in yourself before somebody comes forward to offer you something. It's up to you whether you want to take the offer, because you respect yourself. So you will know it better, whether you want to take that offer or you don't want to take that offer. Not everybody who comes with a cup is filled with love. It can be an empty cup too, or it can be a cup filled with love, but it's up to you whether you want to accept it or you don't want to accept it, because self-respect, you see. So here it is, right? The Eight of Sword. So you need to get rid of your toxicity, because only then you will realize your perspective in life will change, that how important it is to do things in the right way. Because once you respect yourself, people respect you back. And then it's up to you whether you want to accept it or not, because the choice will be up to you. Your dignity in place, right? To the Ten of Wands in the reverse, that's because, again, you have the Ten of Wands in the reverse here. You have it here as your base card, which is where there is a lot of stress, burden, everything that you have been carrying for whatever time period, right? So that is where you need your self-respect, that you're not going to run around and do everything for everyone. You will do it, provided you know how much you want to do and whether you want to do it because of love, because of anything, because of emotional happiness. That will be completely up to you to decide, right? So here it is, the Ten of Wands in the reverse with the Four of Swords. So here it is, because you know what? You need to contemplate on this situation now. You need to understand yourself, because there is still a lot of grief, the burden, the tension, the stress that you have been carrying. So take time in solitude. Take a break from all the hard work in your life, from all the burdens in your life, because you don't want to now run around and do things for everyone and everybody. So take your time, take a break. Give yourself some time. Give yourself that energy back. Rejuvenate. Take rest. Right? The Eight of Wands in the reverse. Because you know why? Don't take action right now. That's what they're telling you. Slow down yourself. Slow down. Slow down. Don't run around from pillar to post, doing everything for everybody and feeling the pain in yourself. Have that self-respect to know you want to do it, the option is yours. Whether you want to do it, you don't want to do it. If people are ready to give you love, you might do it. If you find no love in that story, don't bother. You see? So slow down. The Knight of Swords in the reverse, because you have been very angry. You have taken illogical decisions in life. You have said a lot of things wrong. You have perhaps lied to others, which is where the Knight of Wands in the upright says you need to take some action, some bold action over your logical state of mind and correct that situation that you have done. So slow down. Slow down. Very important. Please talk to me about the Knight of Swords in the reverse. The Ten of Pentacles. You see? The Eight of Pentacles. Here it is. Here is the story. So the Knight of Swords in the reverse is talking about where you have done things wrong intellectually. You are intelligent, there's no doubt. You are intelligent, but intellectually you have taken wrong decisions. You have done wrong things. So slow down. Take your time. Get rest. Come back to life. Right? And what is the Knight of Swords in the reverse? Talking about the Ten of Pentacles. So there has been again the Ten of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. Take 2 steps back from that situation. Right? Focus on yourself. Don't worry about this part of the story. Focus, 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 focus on yourself. To the Seven of Cups. Why? Because there is a lot of delusions, confusions you still have in your life over this situation of the Ten of Pentacles. You don't know what you're going to do about this situation. You still have a lot of delusions, confusions, which is where you have been procrastinating a lot of things in your life. So focus on that story. Focus, choose wisely. Focus and focus and choose wisely now. The Fool. Lesson number 0 says you have done things wrong before. You need to restart that fresh. So choose wise. You have to choose wisely and take some bold actions over your choices, your emotional choices in life now, Taurus. That concerns your emotions. 2, again. 2, the Magician in the reverse. You see here, you got Magician in the reverse twice because again, lot of trickery, lot of illusions. You are not being able to manifest the right direction of your life until you take your time to select your options carefully. Otherwise, you'll get stuck. So be wise. Choose your emotions right. Which is important for you? So refocus on your choices and restart. Once you get that, then you start fresh. So go from number 1 to number 7. Go each choice one by one. Emotional. What is important to you? What is not important to you? Filter. Don't get all confused. I want everything, I want everything, I want everything. No. You have to pick your part of the emotion now. What is important to you? Because why? The Magician in the reverse. Otherwise, your manifestation will be completely gone. To the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Your foresight will be gone. You won't have a foresight if you do not take action over this situation. You won't have a long-term plan. If you want a long-term game plan, Taurus, this is you. Your confidence is very low. Why? Because you're still trapped in this energy, you see? So in order to come out of that situation, you have to choose wisely. And your confidence will automatically go up. And you will get some kind of a long-term goal plan in your head, which you don't have at this point. This is a problem that you have to override, the 6 of Wands. You have to override this. And this override part of the story means you need a lot of courage in yourself. Because you have traveled through this phase. Some of you have already traveled through this phase of your life. When you had no long-term goals, no confidence, you were attached to people with money, you were attached to material part of the story, you were attached to people who had money, or you had money, you saw money as a part of the status. You were not able to mix around with people who had less money or had no money or were not in your status group of people, so-called. This is a situation that you have already traveled through in your life, Taurus. So you need to break open from that. You need to override that situation. The Hermit in the reverse says, disengage yourself. Disengage yourself from that situation of the past where you were attached to wrong situations, wrong things, had no foresight, had no game plan, had no forward plan. In order for you To come out of that situation, you will have to, deep down in yourself, you will have to detach yourself from that situation where the Ace of Wands in the reverse says, or else you won't get any kind of direction in your life until you detach yourself from your past or whatever you have done wrong. And you know that, right? The Three of Pentacles, which is where you start working again on your karma. After you detach, you start rebuilding on your plans of expansion. What you want to do now, how do you want to go around it? What are the things you need to focus on? How do you need to build things? What are the blocks you have? How do you break through those blocks? How do you move forward? The Three of Swords in the reverse, because you have already learned a lesson. You don't want that lesson to be repeated, guys. So you have to start working on your karma so that the lessons go away from your life and they are not repeated in your life. The Four of Wands. Lessons about some family relationship, your home, your network, your safety, and your security. A marriage, a domestic situation. The Knight of Cups in the reverse, where somebody is still being very sentimentally, feeling very bad and sentimental about a situation in their life that concerns their home, their marriage, their relationship, their safety, their security, whatever, the money. Somebody is feeling very bad. Still, sentimentally, they have been feeling very bad, which is where they have to detach themselves from that situation, the Seven of Pentacles, and look for a turning point. This is a turning point in their life that they want. It's definitely a turning point in their life they want. Okay. Right? So somebody is still feeling very bad about a situation in their life where they have already learned a lot of lesson, because this is where they have to work on this karma again, or they have to start working on their karma, because the Four of Wands is talking about the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles always talks about the divine timing. A turning point which is directly associated with your divine timing, right? Which is where the Five of Wands is, which is where there is a lot of fight, petty arguments, conflict, situations. So the divine timing has proved to you that not everybody around you is good for you, right? You know that. The King of Cups. You're emotionally intelligent to understand that all the people that you have around you are not very moral people or not good people. The divine timing has proved their worth. That possibly that you had thought that those were the good people in my life, but divine timing has shown you who is good and who is bad. You're emotionally intelligent to understand the story, but you are still confused a little bit. The Two of Swords. What you need to do over this situation. You're not telling anybody. You're not showing anybody, but inside of your mind, you're continuously working on this situation. Because the star says that, you do that, but keep your faith purpose alive. It's important for you to do that. Rejuvenate yourself. Don't constantly think about this situation, but rather focus on your own self, on how you kind of bring up your own energy. If you get stuck in this thought all the time that, oh, people have been bad or people I have thought have been good, have turned out to be immoral or bad people, if you're constantly inflicting those kind of thoughts in yourself, Taurus, you will not be able to rejuvenate. You will not be able to surrender those thoughts. You need to surrender that thought and work on your faith, purpose, and hope in your life that everything will be okay. It's okay, you know. Everything will be okay. Temperance comes on top of this and says, it's necessary for you to balance your emotions now. Very important for you to balance your emotions. Keep your temper in check, right? Keep your temper in check, because Six of Pentacles in the reverse says that you have a lot of losses that you're possibly facing, which is where possibly you owe money to somebody or somebody owes you money, you're not getting it, you could be in debt for some. Others are not returning your money, or they are not doing the work that you had asked them to do. So there is an unequal give and take in a situation that concerns your material well-being. But you have to keep your temper in check over a situation where you possibly is waiting for someone to come and give you something, but you are not getting it. The Five of Swords. And this is where you're holding on to that situation with a white knuckle grip, that I will get it. I want it. I'm not letting them go without them giving me what they owe me. Right? A white knuckle grip over that situation. With regards to your work or home conflict, where you want your financial freedom. So possibly you are feeling very drained, or you have fallen from your throne because somebody has taken a lot of things from you and they're not returning it back to you. You see, that could be money, that could be emotions, that could be anything that concerns your well-being in this physical world. You want to be financially independent. Maybe you have given away a lot of money to others, where now you're feeling that financial crunch in your life. That was supposed to be a part of your savings for your own self-care. So you're still holding on with a white knuckle grip, not letting that situation go because you want it back, whatever you have given away, right? The Six of Swords in the reverse says that there is a block. You have not said it. You have not spoken it loud. You have that within you, but you haven't said it openly. You haven't told those people, listen, I gave you so much of money that was meant to be a part of my own finance, which was a saving that I kept for myself, for my self-care, and I have taken that money from my own pocket and have given it to you, but I have not got it back. That could be money, that could be emotions, that could be anything, but something in the material world, right? But you haven't said that. You haven't spoken it loud. Judgment in the reverse says this was a wrong action, or this is a wrong action on your part. You're ignoring the call. You're not saying, you're holding on to that situation with a white knuckle grip because you want it back, but you haven't released vocally or verbally what you want back. You haven't said it. That's a wrong decision. That's a wrong judgment call. To the Nine of Cups in the reverse, because somebody could have been greedy and you have been working towards that greed for somebody. To the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, and you haven't taken action on that situation. Then you have been fulfilling other people's wishes or their greed, part of the story, but you haven't taken any action to rectify that situation, which is a wrong decision on your end, Taurus. Five of Cups in the reverse. Let it go. You have done it. It's done. Finito. Let it go. You know you have done it wrong. You know, you're aware that this was a part of your grief. You have done things wrong in this situation. You should have taken action immediately to have corrected and rectified that situation, but you did not. So now Spirit is saying, okay, fair enough. Done, gone, finito, let it go. Because what? Because you have Six of Cups. Because you still have your soulmate. The soulmate, that connection over here. Somebody who is there for you from your past life, or from your past, or from your childhood, or somebody you can relate with mentally, physically, emotionally. You can relate with that person. You still have that person. So you have to forgive yourself for your wrongdoings, Taurus, to come back into the situation of the Six of Cups, Seven of Wands, where you want back your own stability. For your own stability, you have to fight for that. Challenges will be in your way because the Six of Cups is here. So if you are going to stand up strong and say that you deserve what you deserve, it'll be a little bit difficult and challenging for you. But you will probably get help from your soulmate or from somebody you are connected to on a very spiritual and deep level. To the Queen of Swords in the reverse, but there is a block. There is a block because there is still a lot of cold and bitter feelings that will come through if you stand up towards that challenge in your life. Somebody will be very cold, bitter, hard on you. Okay? Let's talk to me about the Queen of Swords in the reverse. The Nine of Wands in the reverse. The Three of Wands, the Hanged Man, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse. Wait a second, guys. I'm going to complete this deck, okay? Hold on. To the Four of Cups, the Lovers in the reverse, Queen of Cups in the reverse, Two of Cups in the reverse, Strength in the reserve, and Two of Pentacles in the upright. Okay, so here is the story, guys, till the end of this deck. So if you stand up and fight for somebody you love or you're connected with, okay, you will face a lot of cold, hard, and bitter feelings from someone in your life who will be very, very difficult to handle. So you have to be prepared for the challenge if you're going to do that. Okay, why? The Nine of Wands in the reverse says that you have let go of your stubborn attitude. You're tired of holding on to your stubborn attitude. The Three of Wands says that it's time for you to move past the stubborn attitude. Lift your restrictions in life, which is your stubbornness, the Hanged Man, right? Which is your stubbornness, the Hanged Man in the reverse. Because if you still keep holding on to your stubborn attitude, the Wheel of Fortune, the destiny will not change for you guys. Destiny, you want destiny to change, you have to think ahead, think out of the box. Surrender everything that you have had in the past that did not fit in with your understanding. Let it go. Let it go. Let go of your stubbornness. Let it go. Or else you won't be able to move past the Wheel of Fortune. So here it is. The Devil in the reverse. Let it go. Let go of what? Of toxicity, of bad attachment. We had the Devil in the reverse here as well. Right? That's lesson number 15. The Four of Cups, because here it is. Let go of what? Let go of your bad emotional apathy. Of all the things, because you're constantly in that state of mind where you're emotionally being drained. or draining yourself. Oh, I did not get that. I should have done that. All the regret, all the repentance, all the grief, all the suffering, everything, all the fear is pulling you down. Let go of it. Lovers in the reverse, because significant relationship is out of balance. Why? The Queen of Cups in the reverse, because somebody has been emotionally hurt, or you have hurt yourself. Can be anything. Insecure, codependent, over a failed relationship. Two of Cups in the reverse. You know that relationship has failed you, or you have failed that relationship, either ways. But you have been very codependent on a failed relationship. Why? Because the Strength in the reverse says you had no courage to stand up for yourself. So you were codependent on a failed relationship with which you have been hanging on for a long time, Taurus. So here it is, the Two of Pentacles. This is where you have been juggling all the time. You have to stop juggling because you had no strength to face this. So you have to reprioritize, rework, realign, redecide, and refocus. You cannot keep juggling all the time. The Two of Pentacles. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, the Star. That's all I wanted to see. And hey, hand, here it is. I'm sorry I had to use the other deck because this deck is over. So stop juggling and surrender to everything that has happened in your life. Reprioritize, refocus, rework, realign, and surrender to your hope, faith, and purpose in your life. Enjoy this reading, guys. Until I see you once again. Till then, goodbye. God bless. Khuda Hafiz and Namaste.